Hello and welcome to the stream. My name is Ade and I'm the veteran arcade soldier. And I'm back once again for another live stream football watch along with a massive game today in the Premier League, which is Manchester City at home versus Crystal Palace. So I'm going to be taking you through this match, providing you commentary, insight, my opinions, etc., my predictions for the game ahead. And hopefully you're going to have a good few people join us in the chat to throw in their little tidbits as well, their predictions, their anecdotes, their ideas, and just a little bit of football chat as well while we enjoy the game together. So that's the plan. My name is Ade, like I said, and I'm the veteran arcade soldier. So anyone that does see this in the foreseeable next couple of hours, please do drop a like on the video and please feel welcome to subscribe to the channel. It all helps the growth and the beginnings of a nice little community that we're creating together. Right, so on that note, sorry, a bit of a cough. I'm going to have a look at the two teams, the lineups, and we can jump straight into it. So I'll just say a quick hello to anyone in the chat. Got one person in at the moment. Oh, Gary, how you doing, my man? Arsenal fan? Hello, Gary. No doubt he's hoping for Crystal Palace to pull off a bit of a shock today. I'll put my early prediction in the chat right now. I do believe it's going to be Manchester City 3, Crystal Palace 0. So I'm going to put that in the chat now, and then we can have a look at the team sheets. Oh, I've got terrible hiccups. Right, so let's bring up the teams and see where we're at. Right, so looking at the lineups. We start with the home team, which is obviously managed by Pep Guardiola, the best manager in the business. Pep is setting them up with the normal 4-2-3-1 system. They've got Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal, Kusanov at right back, Mark Gahey centre back. We have Vardio back in the central defence, and then we've got Aït-Nouri providing left back. They're obviously resting the young Nico O'Reilly. You've got Matheus Nunes, who's gone into midfield. Matheus Nunes has been playing predominantly right back mostly for Man City this season. You've got Bernardo Silva in the other central midfield position. You've got Savinho on the right flank. Phil Foden in the attacking cam position and Semenyo off the left, supporting Marmoush. Quite surprised. Didn't even realise that Haaland wasn't starting. So, obviously, the fact that Savinho is starting, Foden is starting, and these aren't regular starters this season, and obviously Vardio coming back into the team, and Aït-Nouri coming back in team at left back. They're obviously this is obviously Man City keeping it fresh. Pep doing his usual clever tricks of keeping his team very fresh, but still super strong. Obviously they have the FA Cup final ahead on Saturday. God, I need some water. One moment. Interestingly, let's see what Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner has. They're going for their standard 3-4-2-1 system. So they've got Henderson in goal. They've got the young centre-back Camvot, who was very impressive in the first game I saw him versus Liverpool. They've got Maxime Lecoin, and they've got Chris Richards, as the other centre-back. So three centre-backs, Camvot, Lecoin, and Richards. You've got Munoz, the flying fullback, playing right wing-back. Jefferson Lerma in midfield. Will Hughes, the veteran. And Tyreek Mitchell, who was the left wing-back. You've got Jeremy Pino, Johnson, Brennan Johnson, providing the attacking thrust from midfield. And supporting JP Mateta, Jean-Philippe Mateta, the lone striker up top. So, pretty strong Crystal Palace team. It'd be interesting to see what Crystal Palace do next weekend, the last home game of the season. Sorry, excuse me. The last game of the season when they play in Arsenal. It'll be very interesting to see. Let's have a look at the benches. So, as you'd predict, with Haaland not starting the game and being on the bench, oh my goodness, really struggling today. Hopefully I can get through the watch-along. So, City's bench is Nathan Ake, Erling Haaland, Rayan Cherki, Jeremy Doku, the form player at the moment. Probably the form player in the league at the moment, Jeremy Doku. Mateo Kovacic, Tijani Reinders, John Stones, James Trafford and Ruben Diaz. So that's one of the strongest benches you'll ever see in your life. And on the Crystal Palace bench, you've got Benitez, Cardenas, who I'm familiar with, Nathaniel Klein, former Liverpool player, Justin Devaney, the midfielder, Daichi Kamada, Japan international, Riyadh, who I'm familiar with, Sarr, obviously they're one of their best attacking midfielders, wingers should I say, Strand Larson, the striker, and Adam Wharton, their star midfielder. So quite a stacked bench as well, considering. So obviously there's a lot of rotation going on for both teams. So very interesting lineups. So yes, right. So very much looking forward to this game to see what Man City can produce, and let's kind of see what kind of stubborn resistance that Palace can put up. Excuse me. Crystal Palace are a team that's often known to Man City as being a bit of a bogey team, really. They've gone up to the Etihad, I think it's 2 out of the last 3 seasons, and pulled off shock wins. So, it's going to be an interesting time. Man City usually semi kind of struggle against Palace, so it's going to be interesting to see how they get on. Right, so on that note, I'm just going to try and get rid of these hiccups. So I'll leave the team sheets on and let for a few others to join me in the chat. So anyway, welcome to the channel. My name is Addy. I'm the veteran arcade soldier. So welcome to the watch along for Manchester City versus Crystal Palace in the Premier League, kicking off at 8 o'clock. So we're underway in 21 minutes. Please feel free to get your predictions in the chat. Drop a like on this stream and subscribe to the channel. Right, I'll leave the team sheets up on the screen and I'll be back in a moment. Yes, back again. I'll have the I've got the why is that coming up there? One moment. My apologies, a bit of feedback there. All sorted. So yeah, got everything all ready. Got the timers, got all the badges in place. Man City, Crystal Palace, and we're obviously 0-0, getting ready to get underway for a frantic 90 minutes of Premier League football. So a lot at stake here. obviously for Man City in the title race, trying to close down Arsenal. Let's have a look at the top of the table and see how it currently stands. Excuse me, sorry once again, really struggling. So as we can see, Arsenal's on 79 points, played a game more than Man City. City are 5 points behind, so they obviously need, that for any chance of winning a title, they're going to need to obviously win this match here. The goal difference is, very relative, so depending on what they do here, they can close out the gap in terms of goal difference. And obviously City now are relying on Arsenal not winning the last 2 games. They're going to need Arsenal to drop a game, whether that's a draw or a loss. They're going to need Arsenal. They're going to need a small favour. So obviously Arsenal's remaining games are Burnley at home and Palace away. Palace away, usually a tricky game, usually a tight game for Arsenal. But bear in mind that 3 days after that final game, Crystal Palace have the Europa Conference League final, and that dictates, in reality. So I didn't even put the league table on. That dictates in reality that. That Arsenal are likely to face a weakened Crystal Palace team. So yeah, as you can see, Arsenal 5 points ahead of Manchester City as we stand. Obviously, City have the extra game in hand. So if they can get that win today, they'll close it up to 77. And then it's all to play for going into the final 2 games. So we shall see. Just looking at... Oh, hello, Cam. Nice to see you again. CMB. Good to see you again, my man. Yes, Vet. Yo, he's saying, yo, Gary. Yep. So, yeah, you're welcoming your fellow member. And obviously, yes, Cameron, I know that you're an Arsenal fan and you're obviously hoping for a Palace win or a Palace draw, I would imagine. You think it would be 1-1? Okay. Well, my prediction is, as you can see in the chat, my prediction is 3-0 City. You're going for a 1-1, but is that just your heart rule in your head? That is the question. But anyway, we're soon going to find out. So yeah, bringing back the team sheets again. Yeah, both strong lineups. It's quite interesting that Haaland isn't starting the game though. They're obviously thinking about, this is City, thinking about the FA Cup final at the weekend versus Chelsea. And they obviously want to go into it, with a fresh team. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Obviously, this is a rearranged fixture because of City's involvement in the Carabao Cup final, where they defeated Arsenal 2-0 to win the first trophy of the season. So this game is now obviously being rescheduled and is obviously being played now towards the end of the season. So, yeah, 2 strong lineups. Probably not, obviously, they're both their strongest teams. I'd say probably about 80-90% of the strongest lineups that both teams could put out. Obviously, Palace are not playing Adam Wharton or even Strand Larson. But other than that, Ismail Assar, you would say, instead of Pino, would be a first-choice starter. But the rest of the team is pretty much... their first choice. Dean Henderson, obviously, their main goalkeeper in goal. And yeah, City's one's a bit more interesting. Foden, it's not exactly a weak link with him coming into the team, but obviously we know that Foden has not been a starter for this season. So we know that Phil Foden's found it tricky to get into the Man City team this season. Savinho doesn't really play, so he's starting the game today. And obviously Omar Marmoush, a player that was highly coveted when they signed him last season. He's come in last season and on the back in the January transfer window, kind of really still hasn't really settled down. A year and a half into his City career, and I think he's only scored about 3-4 Premier League goals this season, which is pretty poor for a player of his talent. But saying that, he is a perennial backup to Erling Haaland, so it's not like his chances are few and far between. So we're just getting underway. I'm just going to take another short break, so I will see you back shortly. Just in the meantime, I'll leave the lineups back on the screen, and I'll be back with you in a tick. Right, I'm proper struggling with the this is the after effects of my dinner, so I'm proper struggling. But I was going to drop another hello in the chat. Hello all. Got a few in, which is always lovely to see. Anybody that does drop in, I'll just put a message in. Anybody that does drop in to the stream, please drop a like on the please drop a like on the stream and subscribe. Help your boy out. I'm very happy to say at the moment I'm on 49 subs on YouTube. And yeah, just growing slowly but surely, day by day, which is lovely to see. Hopefully I can hit the big 5-0 today. That would be absolutely amazing. If I could do that during the stream, that would be even better. So I'll even write it in there actually. So if anyone that's new to my channel, The Veteran Arcade Soldier, I cover video games. I cover old classics. I play a lot of modern games as well. Just finished a Pragmata game, which is a brilliant game by Capcom, one of my favourite companies. I play a lot of Street Fighter 6. Are any of you Sure You Can fans out there? I play 2 characters at master level, so quite high. And I'm doing my own series, like trying to get better at the game. Trying to advance towards High Master, so I play as the character Ken, who you'd all know if you see the guy, blonde guy, red gi, giving it the what's up, Hadoukens, etc. So I play as Ken and then Bison, and I'm trying to get those guys up to High Master and beyond. So yeah, I do a lot of Street Fighter 6 content, seeing that's my favourite video game at this current time, and the one that I put the most energy and time into. I do classic arcade games, do reviews, etc. And I'm following a lot of football clubs other than my own team, which is Liverpool FC, as some of you will already know. You can see by the little banner on the bottom, "You'll never walk alone." But yes, but at the end of the day, I'm a big football fan. I follow football my whole life. Love the bones off the game. Played as a little kid. Played at school. Obviously played with friends. Grew up on an estate. Everything was always about football. From dusk till dawn, summer, just outside playing football with your mates. And obviously, I've never lost that love. Grew up in London, England. So I live literally, I used to live Stoke Newton, which is like a mile either way to Arsenal, who were at the Highbury at the time, before they moved to Ashburton Grove, and a mile and a half down the road from Tottenham Hotspur. So I'm in the middle of 2 of the biggest North London clubs. That's North London is my home, where I'm born and bred. But obviously I didn't choose any of those 2 teams. I chose Liverpool FC because back when I was growing up, Liverpool FC was the biggest and best team in the country. And I'm a self-confessed glory hunter. And then obviously it took about 30 years to win a title again, so there weren't much glory. But anyway, that's the ups and downs of football. That is a roller coaster of football. And yeah, as we can see by Liverpool's kind of mini demise this season, it doesn't always go your way, no matter how much you spend. But enough of that. We're here today to cover Manchester City and Palace. So I'm looking forward to this game and see what the 2 teams can cook up. But as I said, anyone that comes into the chat, please feel free to say hello. Let's have a chat. My name is Ade, the Veteran Arcade Soldier. Love to hear more about you, your name, who you support. And yeah, drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Be the 50th subscriber. Help your boy. Right, so I'll put the 2 teams back on the screen. I'm just going to take another short bathroom break. right, back once again. Yeah, so it'd be great to hear any of your predictions of what you believe is going to happen. We've got kick-off in just under 7 minutes. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, like I said, my prediction is 3-0. So anyone that's new to the chat, please drop in yours. Gary, if you're still there, let me know your prediction, my man. Cameron's going for a 1-1. I believe it's going to be a 3-0. Saying that, I did make that prediction before knowing that Haaland wasn't starting. So maybe that is a little bit premature, a little bit optimistic. Maybe, anyway, I still stick to it. It's just a prediction. But either way, I do believe Man City are going to get the job done. So yeah, going to be a very interesting match. Going to be covering a lot of football coming up over the next few weeks. We've obviously got the end of the Premier League season coming up. Final day next weekend. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do at the moment. I might just cover the Liverpool game and then just keep an eye on all the other games that are coming in, providing news, score flashes, any up to date news, the title race and how it's going. So we shall see how I cover that. During the week, I'm going to be covering the Europa League final. That'll be next week. So I'll be covering the Europa League final. On Friday in 2 days' time, I'll be covering the Liverpool Aston Villa game. I've got to be there for my boys Liverpool FC. Next week, I'll be covering the Freiburg versus Aston Villa game. That's Europa League final. And then what have we got? The conference game, the FA Cup as well, obviously upcoming on Saturday afternoon. That's City versus Chelsea. I'll be covering that. And then we'll be heading into the World Cup in June, which is exciting. Always love a World Cup. You can't beat the World Cup. Absolutely, just the world's greatest tournament. So yeah, I'm going to be covering plenty of football. So hopefully, I'll be making plenty of new friends that can join me on my little football YouTube adventure. And it'd be lovely to share some time together, get to know each other, and yeah, just keep it all moving. So yeah, I'll stop gassing for a moment. Gonna go sort out my sound cues, etc. Get my headphones ready. And yeah, I'll be back in a moment and we'll take you through the game. So back with you in a minute. In the meantime, like I said, I'll leave the team sheets up. That's going to be my usual kind of thing. I'll leave the team sheets up so you can kind of see who's playing, etc. And we'll take it from there once I'm back. So yes, we're getting ready for the game. Some really good, interesting, fascinating games happening at the moment. You've got the top of the table situation in Scotland, which, to be honest with you, it's a better title race than what we've had in England, to be fair. Let me bring it up there for anyone that isn't even aware of what's going on in Scotland. But I think it's actually a phenomenal title race. You've got Hearts, who are going to basically pull off a shock if they can get it over the line. There's only 2 games left. Hearts are playing today, and so are Celtic. If Celtic fail to win today and Hearts win their match, and both have got tricky games. Which one is it? I think it's Hearts versus Falkirk today, and Celtic away at Motherwell. So if I did get that right. Yeah, so Hearts are at home to Falkirk, and Celtic are away at Motherwell. And if Celtic do not win, or say lose to Motherwell away, and Hearts win, and Hearts will be champions. And that'll be the first time in literally living memory that either Celtic or Rangers have not won the Scottish Premier League, or First Division as it were. So it's absolutely incredible. So Rangers are out of it because they lost to Celtic at the weekend. And so it's down to these two. But knowing how your luck is, Hearts are probably somehow going to find that heartbreak. And even more interestingly, with these two teams, the two top of the Scottish Prem, is that if they both win today, there's only a point separating it. And then the final game of the season is Hearts away at Celtic. So Hearts would have to avoid defeat at Celtic Park to be crowned champions. That's going to be a game worth covering. So depending on when that is, I'll cover that, because I haven't watched a Scottish Premier League game in absolute yonks. But if it's going to be as dramatic and as exciting as that, then yeah, I'll definitely be looking to cover that, because that'll be absolutely phenomenal. But yes, on that note, we're let's bring that page back up. Yeah, quite incredible that Doku and Haaland, everyone's rested, and obviously they're there on the bench if needed. But Pep Guardiola is obviously hoping to get the victory without and give his most informed players, or his best player Haaland and his informed player Jeremy Doku, a night off. I guess that's what he's hoping for. But obviously it's risky situation at the top, when it's at the top, when you're top of the league or near the top of the league, and you're desperate for them points, but you've got that balancing act of juggling your players' freshness. So, yep, looking at the chat, Gary says, think City will squeeze it 2-1. I know you obviously want Palace to do something, Gary. You've been an Arsenal fan. And no, Haaland is sticky for them. Yeah, I agree, mate. It is sticky for them. But, at the end of the day, Marmoush, he's got to step up at some point. And if he wants to be, a main man within a team, he's got to start stepping up, hasn't he? So yeah, let's see what he can produce. As looking at the two teams on the pitch now, both in their huddles, City have already just dispersed with a big "let's go," and that's a bit like me on my channel. Let's go, get this moving, and as Blue Moon starts to ring around the Etihad Stadium. Just getting my feed ready. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting game. Like I said, anybody that joins the chat, please feel free to say hello, introduce yourself. And yeah, get your predictions or your score predictions in the chat. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It all helps. Thank you. What have we got? So the game has no doubt just kicked off, but I've lost my feed. All these technical issues, just what you don't want. All right, I'll start the timer anyway, because obviously it has kicked off. I just lost my feed. Let's get it going. So I've got the clock going underway. And I'll look to try and resolve that so we can actually watch the game together. Right, here we go. Right, so City's in possession anyway. Back to Palace. Right, I'm just going to adjust the clock and get everything going. Right. Johnson. Oh my goodness! Off the line. It's a goal, surely. Oh my, is that offside? Oh, honestly, it should have been 1-0. Mateta had literally an open goal. Saved by Donnarumma. Let's have a look on a break before I set the clock. Great break great ball across from Brennan Johnson. Ooh, just offside. I mean, barely, but the fact that Mateta didn't even finish it was ridiculous. Oh, but the ball did it cross the line? It doesn't really matter. It's offside anyway, but wow. Incredible early start there. Palace nearly taking the lead. Wild. Right. Clock is up in order. Sorry about that, chat. Back underway. Right, so I'm back underway. Right, City putting a foot on the ball. Mateus Nunes. Kusanov centre circle. Bernardo Silva, the wizard, in the middle. It's Kusanov who's advancing. Oh, great spin by Nunes. Walks away. Game started a little bit slow, walking pace. A little bit unfamiliarity there. Nunes tries to pass to Savio. He didn't have a clue. Savinho, sorry. He didn't have a clue. And just let the ball run off for a Palace throw. Yeah, so game just settling down. Early stages. It's Palace waiting to take this throw in. So lively start from Palace. Bernardo's bursting into their half. Lays it square to Guehi. Ball is in Palace's half. Kusanov centre circle. Looking for runners. Over to Guehi. Bernardo back to Guehi. Marmoush dropping deep. He's a centre forward. What's he doing there? Kusanov. City just controlling the game, slowing the tempo very slow at the moment. Just the ball moving around. Guehi launches one. Oh, great touch by Savinho. Ooh. Tries to take a first touch and pass it forward into the box for Semenyo. And yeah, City throw. Right. Palace win a thrower for Foden. Palace are obviously a good defensive team, got good centre-backs, very strong in the defensive area. They're showing the City bench at the moment. Shirky, Haaland, Doku. A lot of attacking power on the bench. Right. Foden passes it central. Vardio. Back to Guehi. About 40 yards out. Nori stands up. Munoz. Guehi central. Kusanov. Mateus Nunes wide right back to Mateus Nunes, who's asking for a penny off of Camvot in the penny area. So edge of the box. I mean, Camvot's arm's right by his side and he's screaming for a penny. And you just think, sometimes you think about these footballers. What are you screaming for? He's got his hand down by his side. The ball is blasted from 3 yards onto his hand. You want a penny? It's just ridiculous. Now, where's the sportsmanship? Do you know what I mean? Can understand if a player's got their hand out wide like that, and they touch the ball, but what do they want? Do you know what I mean? It's actually crazy. Right, Foden taking a penalty from taking a free kick from the right hand side. Corner right hand side. Sorry. Vardio. Bit of jostling. Ball. Played back in. Right. Palace. Mateta. Cut it nicely. The break is on. Tyreek Mitchell bursting forward into the City half. Back to Munoz. It's on the halfway line now. Good run from Tyreek Mitchell. Just burst forward. Is that a player that could make his way onto the England World Cup squad, interestingly? It doesn't keep it in though. It goes for a City goal kick. Bernardo Silva brings the ball out. Halfway line. Centre circle. Drawing Palace players forward. Kusanov moving a bit. Advancing. Vardio. Left wing. Nori. Very high up. Goes past Munoz. Breezes past him. Tries to burst into the box. Tries to nutmeg Chris Richards, but it bounces off the American centre-back's legs. And now we're here for Manchester City's second corner of the game, but this is from the left-hand side this time. We're taken by Bernardo Silva, going for an in-swinger. All right, corner comes in. Ooh. Korsanov wins it. Savinho. Oh, he skins him. Skins Lerma. Ball comes off of... All right, short corner. Foden. Mateus Nunes, Savinho, edge of the box. Tricky. Puts one into the... Ooh, tries to put one into the box, but it's cleared. Will Hughes doesn't gather it. Kusanov, 40 yards out. Recycles the ball. Over to Bernardo Silva. Nori, left wing. Stands up Brennan Johnson, goes past him, and wins a corner. Brennan Johnson, rapid himself, loses out versus Nori for a corner. All right. City have settled into the game very well now, controlling the game. Right. Gay on the ball, just recycling. Kusanov, just outside the centre circle. Palace deep. I've been to a few Palace Manchester City games myself, and they always seem to settle into this pattern where everybody but the City goalkeeper is in the Palace half. Every game I watch with City and Palace, it's the same thing. Palace do a complete rear guard and literally try and defend it out. So that's worked for them. I've been and watched a City game, plenty of City games, and I've seen Man City batter Palace 3-0, but I've seen them lose 2-1. Or was that 2-2? It was one of them anyway. I've seen a 0-0 with Palace. This is City at Palace. I've never been to the Etihad, but I've been to the Palace Stadium a good few times, about 3 or 4 times. Old school ground, great atmosphere. Hey, what's happening, Carl? Good to see you, brother. Yo, Carl. What you saying, man? You watching the game or you just following on the live stream? Hope you're good, man. Hoping for that Crystal Palace result, yeah? Pep Guardiola pensive on the sideline. Tyreek Mitchell throws one in. City win the ball back. Mateta actually wins the ball now. Brennan Johnson bursting down the left. Flies in. Puts a good cross in. Dangerous. Ooh. Good chance. Jeremy Pino takes a shot off of Brennan Johnson's cross. But it bounces off Kusanov for a goal kick. Thanks, brother. Appreciate the support. Don't forget to drop a like on the channel, on the stream as well. But yeah, good start. Good start from City. But Palace are growing into it. They've had the two most dangerous breaks. Just had a really good chance there. Now corner from the right-hand side. Will Hughes. The evergreen Will Hughes. Saw him on the train, actually. He looks like a small fella on the pitch, but he's massive in real life. Right, puts a good cross into the box. Just over the bar. That's got to be a corner, surely. Should he do better? Cross comes in. Will Hughes. Jeez, free header. Chris Richards should do better. No, free header. Just gets it all wrong. Should score. So, Man City with all the possession, but all the danger really coming from Palace. Well-drilled side, Oliver Glasner. What's your prediction, Carl, for the game? Mine is a 3-0 Palace, but this was before I saw that there was no Erling Haaland and no Doku. So yeah, let me know your one, man. Feel free to drop it in the chat. Right, Palace moving the ball, City moving the ball around nicely. Kusanov, centre circle. Looking for options. As I said, all 21 players are in the Palace half. The only player not in the half is Donnarumma. Aït-Nouri breaks. Guéhi, edge of the box. Back to Aït-Nouri wing position. Stood up by, Palace. Resolute back line. Ball wide across to Savinho. Bit of trickery. Back to Savinho from Mateus Nunes. 35 yards out. Whips one. Switches it back across. Oof. Big header won by Munoz. Brave. Guéhi. Right. Bernardo Silva advances forward. Tricky. Mateus Nunes. Edge of the box. Back to Bernardo. Central again. Kusanov. Guéhi. Wide to Aït-Nouri. Chalking his boots. Looking to burn past Munoz. Can't do that. Headed clear. Guéhi lines up a shot. A few boos from the Palace. Travelling support. A little smile from Guéhi. It's amazing football fans. As soon as you leave them, it's like jilted girlfriends or jilted boyfriends or whatever. It's like, this is the guy that won you your first trophy ever. Captain of the club. Left with honour. Left with respect. Got you a big fee as well, considering he could have walked away for nothing. Yet the travelling Palace fans, boo. Football fans are just built like that. Just don't give a damn. All right, Palace struggling to get the ball back now. But City struggling to fashion a chance. Guéhi, centre circle. Right, over to Bernardo Silva. Takes a good few touches. Back to Guéhi. Palace organised, ready to snap. Look to set a trap. Will Hughes fouls Guéhi. I don't think that was a foul, but... Right, Bernardo. Right, Foden. Struggling to get into the game, Foden. No, hardly any touches. Looks like a child out there. Kusanov. Wide. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Over to Aït-Nouri now. Guéhi. Kusanov. 40 yards out. Sprays it wide right. Savinho. Edge of the box. Takes on Tyreek Mitchell. Fast. Will Hughes clears. Pino moves. Kusanov is going to line one up. Oh, he smashes one over. He had all the time in the world. Should have done better than that, but, puts it 10 yards over. Very ambitious from Kusanov, who was settled really well now after a tricky start to his City career, but he looks like one of the better centre-backs in the league, to be fair. All right, Henderson plays it out to Maxime Lacroix, to Richards, who puts a long ball out for a City throw. So a bit wasted there, and all that's going to happen is just going to be coming straight back to Palace. So yeah, not sure what that was all about. All right, ball in the centre circle. Bernardo Silva to Guehi. Kusanov to Nunes. Foden coming back centre circle to get some touches. Trying to get into the game, Phil Foden. Guehi marches forward with the ball. But Palace are sitting deep in the 35-yard line and back towards their goal. And they won't spring forward until City get there. They're just laying traps, waiting. But they are not advancing. They are not looking to win this game as it stands. Right, ball is with... Oh, good ball played in. Bernardo Silva, edge of the box. Tries to bend one, top bins, but blocked by, the Palace rearguard, which is literally every man back. It's the lowest of low blocks. Crystal Palace are playing the lowest of low blocks. Last game of the season, this is the block that City will be hoping that Palace play against Arsenal. We saw Arsenal struggle to break down West Ham at the weekend before eventually finding a way through with that Trossard strike. Well worked Trossard strike after Odegaard burst into the box on the right-hand side, laid it back for Trossard for that neat finish. Past Hermansen. All right, Savinho, right wing. Back to Mateus Nunes. Phil Foden, jinx past Jefferson Lerma. Good play from Foden. Wide left now. Ait-Nouri tries to ball roll. Guehi bursts forward, trying to jet some pace. Ait-Nouri, ooh. Plays a good 1-2 with Guehi. Ait-Nouri takes a snapshot just left of the goalpost. But that was nice because Guehi just injected a bit of pace and power. But yeah, poor shot in the end. Should have went to the far right from his position, but scuffs it and puts it into the net near post. So wasted opportunity there. Pep Guardiola looks up at the heavens raining down in anguish. Right, playing around on the edge of the box. Ooh, draws a foul. I think Lacroix was a bit lucky there. He was messing around on the box and he easily could have lost the ball there. So a bit lucky to get away with it. Thank you for everyone in the chat. I'll just say again. Anyone in the chat that hasn't said hello, please do say hello. Introduce yourself. My name is Ade, the veteran arcade soldier, covering the biggest and best football games, World Cup, Champions League, Europa League final, Conference Cup final, and the upcoming World Cup. Play certain video games on my channel as well, retro arcade games, Street Fighter 6. So anything that you're interested in seeing on the channel, I'm all for hearing it. And please introduce yourself, say hello, drop a like on the stream, and subscribe. Right, Guehi in his own half. Kusanov, centre circle. Over to Nunes. Plays first time ball to Savinho. Back to Kusanov. Bernardo Silva, central midfield. Centre circle. Checks back. Fools Mateta. Kusanov moves forward. Over to Mateus Nunes. Right side. Slips one in for Semenyo. Good idea, but it's got to be perfectly weighted. And Semenyo needs to get his jets on, but a bit of a difficult ball. Yeah, if Semenyo kind of checked back and waited, if he'd have maybe just carried on his run, he might have gotten the end of it. But alas, nothing. Dean Henderson, former Manchester United goalkeeper, in goal. Palace throw-in. Tyreek Mitchell. Will Hughes booms one into the Palace half, to the City half. Mateta chases down. Kusanov. Only 20% possession for Palace. 80 for Manchester City. So heavily dominant ball possession by Man City, but no chances made by City, really. Will Hughes wins it down in the City half. Tyreek Mitchell, left wing. Slips Mateta in, who's crashing into the... Oh, it's offside. Hey, Lauren, nice to see you in the chat. Hi, Lauren, nice to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining. What's your prediction for the game, Lauren? Who do you think? Who do you fancy in this one? City or Palace? Let us know in the chat and drop a like on the stream. Thank you. Right. Savinho puts a poor cross into the box when he had two options wide. He had Vardio and Aït-Nouri wide, and he just floated one into the box. It was poor as the rain crashes down. So it's good conditions, slippery conditions. So you've got to start testing the keeper, start wrapping some shots in and testing Henderson. But, you know, it's very possession-based. Will Hughes wins one back. Aït-Nouri fouls him in the process. Right, 24 minutes gone by. It's gone by pretty quickly, but it's a pretty non-eventful game so far, so not much to report. Right, ball is back with the Palace keeper. Just minimising my screen here because my feed has gone down. Let's have a look. Right, pretty non-eventful game. Right, Foden, edge of the box, goes past three in one move. Slick feet from him. The stat just come up. No goals for Foden in 26 games. Incredible. 2 seasons ago, this is player of the season. Can't even get to the City team. Incredible. He's only 24 still. It just seems nuts. Foden gives one away. Looked like he gave a foul away, but it's a Palace. It's a Palace throw. Right, Pino out to the centre back Richards. Palace is trying to get a bit of control into the game. Barely any possession. Lacroix, main centre back. Over to Canvo. Over to Tyreek Mitchell, left side. Tracks back on himself. Munoz dinks one into the box. But chased down. Mateta tries to flick one cleverly over his head. But it's back with City. Foden. Vardio charging forward. Palace kind of slowly getting back into shape. That's one of the first times in the match where they've broken out of their shape. Savinho wide. Cuts inside middle. Occupying 2-3 players. Guehi lays it across. Guehi left side. Oh, Aït-Nouri loses the ball. Is he going to get a foul here? Has he fouled Brennan Johnson? Yeah, fouls Brennan Johnson. Palace free kick. Down in a heap, Brennan Johnson. No other predictions. Nothing from Carl and nothing from Lauren. But, you know, nice to have you anyway. Pop in and say hello. Anyone else new to the channel, please drop in and say hello. Introduce yourself. My name is Ade, the Veteran Arcade Soldier. So as I was saying, a pretty non-eventful game so far, to be honest. Centre-backs of Palace are playing it amongst themselves, being harassed and harried by the City players. The ball is pumped clear, but it's retrieved and recycled by Guehi to Foden. Mateus Nunes, centre circle. Bernardo Silva moving forward. Kusanov, 40 yards out, slowly jogging towards the Palace box. Nunes. They are so defensively minded, Palace. Just 2 to 3 bank, just pure players in the back. It's mad. Vardio. Guehi. All 21 players apart from Donnarumma and the ref. Literally in the Palace half. They've come for a point. And if they can get one on the break, Palace, goodness knows what Man City would do, because they are so deep. Bernardo Silva. But if anyone can break down the low block, it's Man City. Right, good ball. Cut through by Silva. Threads one through. Foul on the edge of the box. Nope. Silva tries to win one. Big fight. Big fight between Pino and... Not fight, but big energy from Pino and Savinho, who are kind of lashing at each other. Bit of handbags between these two players. Two flair players of both sides, I guess, or two of them. Kusanov 40 yards out. Lays it across to Guehi, left side. Aït-Nouri, left wing position. Nearly chalk on his boots. Back to Guehi. What's he going to do, Guehi? Tried to inject some pace last time he was there. Foden, central. Fizzes one out to Savinho. Stands up Tyreek Mitchell. Back to Mateus Nunes. Floats one back wide. What pushed down by Aït-Nouri to Guehi. Back to Nunes. Across. This is across the pitch, by the way. Ball put in. Henderson. Man City pretty frustrated. They can't. They're really struggling to break this down. They're going to need something from Pep here. They're going to need some ideas, some changes. They're going to need something. Whether that's the bulldozer in attack of Haaland, or, you know, the trickery and the pace of and the directness of Doku. They're going to need something, because they are struggling to break down this resolute Palace side. Right, Foden. Over to Guehi. Left side. Vardio. Aït-Nouri on the wing. Guehi. Is it even possible that the possession stats have gone up more in Man City's favour? Palace just do not want the ball. Guehi floats one in. Right. Antoine Semenyo brings it down. Edge of the box. Now he's out the box. Aït-Nouri over to Guehi. Recycles it into the box. But cleared by Lerma. But it's coming back again. So this is going to be the pattern of the first half. And no doubt the second half, just City dominant in possession. Popping it around. Look for the gaps. Foden, great back heel. Oh, what a goal that is. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Foden picks it up. 25 yards out. Turns. Back heels it. Through the Palace defence. Semenyo latches onto it and slots it. Slow daisy cut across the ground. Dean Henderson planted, and it goes to his left. It goes to his right hand side, but to the left post. Lovely goal from Man City. Absolutely brilliant. So clever. Split the Palace defence open in a blink of an eye. Brilliant. Semenyo celebrates and he's like giving it this to the camera, like, mwah, like chef's kiss. It was brilliant. But so Foden, lovely. The back heel is, honestly, you won't see a better back heel. He knows exactly where Semenyo is. Perfectly weighted back heel. It's brilliant. Honestly, that is fantastic. Honestly, I know I'm just bigging it up, but fantastic back heel. It's a no-look back heel. When you see it in slow motion, he does a no-look back heel. He knows exactly where Semenyo is. Class goal. That's one of the best goals I've seen this calendar year. If not even, to be honest with you, it's a rare time when the assist is better than the goal. The finish is nice, but honestly, that back heel was immaculate, honestly. Amazing. Right, so what's Palace got? Right, they're free. Good stop by Donnarumma. Amazing. What a goal that was, though, honestly, seriously. Right, just going to adjust something. So I just had to deal with something off. While I was glazing the goal, Palace have broken, had a good snapshot chance. Now they've got a corner. Palace gathered up by Donnarumma, but you know it's amazing, really. Like Palace haven't even tried. As soon as they concede, foul one by Foden. Yeah, as soon as they concede, they open up a bit. But Palace's route one for the game has gone out the window now. They need to. They need to do something. So as it stands, they're 2 points. 2 points behind Arsenal. So yeah, really good goal, honestly. The back heel was sublime. That's one of the best back heels I've seen in a long, long time. A no-look back heel from Phil Foden to slip Semenyo in with a lovely finish and goal. Right, one back by Palace. Lerma lays it off to Will Hughes, advancing. Now Palace. Oh, good check back. Sends Vardio to the shops with a check back, but Munoz offside. Thank you for all the viewers so far. Please make yourself known in the chat. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ade. Say hello, introduce yourself. Let's have a chat. And I guess in this note, I should really update the score. I get so carried away with the football, I forget to update the score. But it's definitely 1-0 to Man City. Bernardo. So Phil Foden, after a slow start, begins to exert his influence on the game. Kusanov. Savinho. Chalk on his boots. Right side. Kusanov. To Gahey, centre circle. Rotating. Gahey fouled by Brennan Johnson. Just type in the chat. That was a really sublime back heel by Foden. Foden needs a few strong games before the end of the season. Maybe a starring role in the FA Cup final or something. But he needs something because he's been miles off his usual best. And, you know. Yeah, Foden needs a strong ending to the season to try and cement his place on the plane for England this summer in the World Cup. Right, broken to City. Savinho. He's going to slip in Marmoush. Checks inside. Oh, he's got to do better than that. Marmoush has been absolutely anonymous this game. It's one of the first times I've mentioned him. Crazy, and he should score. Gets put in. He checks inside. Don't know why. Should have just shot first time. Should have shot first time on his right. checks back in for his left, and doesn't get shot away, cleared by Maxence Lacroix. But yeah, if he shoots first time, chance of a goal. Smiles, and he knows he should have done better. Poor by the one known as the Egyptian Prince. Right, Foden, corner, right hand side, ball whipped in. My feed goes down just as the ball goes in. All right, here we go. We're back again. Dropped. Palace going to try and clear. One back. Tenacious from Marmoush. One of the first times I've mentioned him other than that chance. Foden in his own half. Brings the ball forward. All right. Semenyo, edge of the box. Breaks into the box. Occupying two players as they harass him and harry him out. Guehi, back to Semenyo. Back to Guehi. Advances. Aït-Nouri, left side of the box. What's he got? Back to Guehi. Jinx. Passes it to Kusanov. Central. Goes past one. Occupies two. Marmoush wins it. Silva looking for an option over to Guehi. Aït-Nouri, edge of the box, but on the wing. Guehi over to Kusanov. Good recycling from City. Just patient, probing, waiting for the option. This is similar to the build-up of the goal, to be honest. Guehi lost one it over to the far right side. Savinho. Nutmegs Tyreek Mitchell, but loses it. Right, ball one back. Oh, this is oppressive football from City. Impressive and oppressive. Absolute domination. Haven't seen Palace dominated like this in ages. They've just been absolutely dominated. Foden pumps one wide to Aït-Nouri. Lofted over, chested down. Vardio back to Aït-Nouri. Going to be back to Guehi. Nope, keeps it back to Guehi. Across to Bernardo Silva. Back to Kusanov, centre circle. Man City not afraid to go backwards, but keep the ball. Palace chasing absolute shadows. Vardio lofts one in. Gotta be, surely. Lovely goal again from Manchester City. Marmoush, well worked goal. Such great patience, honestly. Really good goal. Just wait to see the replay so I could talk over it. But once again, made by Phil Foden. Brilliant stuff. My feed goes down again just at the wrong time. So annoying. Right. So Marmoush puts Manchester City 2-0 up. Good goals as well. None of this, no need for VAR, no need for replays or anything. So this is after probably about 45, 50 passes. Honestly, it just kept coming back, round and round and round. Lofted in. Foden takes it down over to Marmoush. He turns and spins it and puts it past three players and the keeper. But a lovely lofted, chipped effort into the box. Foden lays it across to Marmoush, who turns and spins, puts it past Henderson and three players. Lovely take by Foden. Down, knows exactly where Marmoush is. And he turns and spins, swivels through two players' legs and over Henderson's leg. And Pep Guardiola salutes the crowd. Fist pumps 2-0. How he must be regretting that 3-3 draw against Everton. That could be the reason why they don't win it. But they're still in it. They're still in it. Big goals. Right, ball pumped out. One back by Palace. So my prediction of a 3-0 is well on its way to happening. City moving the ball around. Kusanov, Silva. Nunes, right side of the box, whips one in. Muniz puts it out for a corner. Left hand side. Foden been very good. Since 20 minutes onwards and getting involved in the game, he's been very good. Foden chips one in. Oh, what a save by Henderson. Oh, once again, great play by Phil Foden. Oh, chops inside. Puts in Bernardo Silva. Ooh, who tries to bend one into the top bins, but gets it all wrong. But great save by Henderson. Who takes a big... Right, Foden drops one into the box. Vardio thinks he scored, but big claw out by Dean Henderson. Great save. I thought Vardio had scored there. Great cross in by Phil Foden. First time crossing. Henderson flying, salmon save. Flying like a salmon across the goal to keep it out. Really, really good. Henderson, big boot out. Henderson, ooh. Foden, go for the optimistic one, long ranger. Ooh. Saw like the keeper off his line after a poor clearance from... great play from Savinho. Juggles over two players, but they're putting on all the flair and the tricks at the moment. It's a bit of a party atmosphere at the Etihad. Some really great play. Well muscled out. Bernardo Silva, Will Hughes though collects for Palace, who tries to set Brennan Johnson, a pacey Johnson who's leaving, trying to leave Gahey in his wake. Good pace shown by Gahey there to keep up with Brennan Johnson, who's a much faster player. City recycling, Gahey, lovely touches. Bernardo Silva everywhere. He's in the left back spot, defending. What a player he is. One of the best players of the modern Prem times, Bernardo Silva. Nori goes down. Looks in a bit of discomfort. Had a bit of a stop-start career at Man City. Just showing the goals again. Really good goals. Just waiting to see how much time added on we have in the first half. Only a minute. Right, Man City trying to pop it around. Sounds like I've got a bit of satellite interference in my background. Keeper kicks it out. So we're going to go for... we're coming up to the half-time whistle. And Palace will probably see this clear, and that'll be the end of the first half. That is the end of the first half. Really good first half. So far... This has been a game dominated by Phil Foden. Really good half. So on that note, we have Manchester City beating Crystal Palace 2-0. First goal by Semenyo, set up lovely by Phil Foden's lovely back heel. And the second goal by Omar Marmoush after a lovely takedown by Foden, who puts it into his path. Marmoush swivels on the shot. And the shot beats the keeper and 3 players to slide in to give Man City a 2-0 lead. And there we have it at half time. It's Manchester City 2, Palace 0. And I'll be back after the break to go through a few of the match stats. So I'll see you shortly. Right, so back from a quick break, and so we're going to have a look at the match stats. So, obviously, as we know, it's Man City 2, Palace 0. So let's have a look at the half-time stats. Oh, and just out of interest, before going through that, just to go through the other game I mentioned at the start, in the Scottish Premiership, Hearts are beating Falkirk 2-0, and Motherwell are drawing with Celtic. Celtic only just equalising before half-time. So, as that stands, very, very cagey at the top. Hearts are well in control of the Scottish Premier League title race at the moment. If the results stay the same, then Celtic would have to beat them 6-0, to clinch the title. Or 5 or 6-0, one of those. 5-0, sorry if I did my maths right. But so it's looking very good for Hearts to break that Glasgow monopoly. So, very interesting. Right, so back to the City game. So, the match stats are, as we know, it's Man City 2, Palace 0. So there was a possession. At one point, it was 80% possession for Man City, but it dropped a little bit to 75.3. Palace came a little bit out of their shell after conceding the first goal. So 75% possession for City, 24% for Palace. Absolutely complete domination. The XG for Man City, surprisingly, is only 0.85. I thought it would be a bit more than that with scoring the 2 goals, and Palace, 0.41. Had a few chances, Palace, at the start of the game. A few offsides. But yeah, they looked the most dangerous side for the first 10 minutes. But once City found their groove, they've gone on to have 10 shots on goal with 3 on target, opposed to Palace's 3 shots with only 1 on target. 16 touches in Palace's box by the City team, and only 3 touches by Palace in the City box. The goalkeepers have made 1 save each. City have won 6 of their aerial duels. Palace have won 5. So both teams resolutely defending in the air. 5 fouls committed by City, 4 by Palace. And 6 corners won. You'd expect that by City at the Etihad, more dominant side, obviously. 6 corners by City and 2 for Palace. Those were early on in that first 10-minute spell I was talking about. So yeah, so pretty good action at the time. Has there been any yellow cards? I don't recall any. No yellow cards. And at the moment, I doubt if there will be any changes in the start of the second half. Maybe Palace might bring on Wharton to try and regain a bit of control. But we shall see, I guess. But yeah, very interesting half. And City doing their bit to keep the title race interesting. And yeah, I predicted a 3-0 at the start of the game. And we're kind of halfway through the match and it's already 2-0. So I do expect Manchester City to see out the rest of it. Sorry, just doing a little wing mirror check there. I do expect Man City to go on and probably score maybe 1 more or 2 more even as well. So we shall see. So yes, thank you for everyone that's joined me so far on the watch along. Really great to have your support. So thank you for everyone that's chatted. And like I said, anyone that drops in, please do say hello. And drop any predictions for the second half. And just share any football thoughts that you have. It'd be lovely to have a chat as well. So thank you. Right, on that note, I will leave the teams up. And I will be back shortly. Yeah, so back once again. Just getting ready for the second half, which will be kicking off any moment now. Yeah, really good game from City so far. Very dominant. Really working hard to find the gaps at Palace. I mean, they were so fortified in defence. It was literally like Fort Knox, Man City trying to break them down. It was absolutely crazy. But it just goes to show what pass and move can do. Yeah, a lot of pass and move, etc. Yeah, a lot of pass and move. City trying to break the lines. And when you've got a player like Foden who can pull off the magic, yeah, you're always going to have a chance. So, yeah, all good for City so far. Right, so we'll shortly be getting back underway. I'm just going to go get some more water, just get myself refreshed, rehydrated for the second half. So I'll be back with you in a minute to continue the second half. It'd be interesting to see how Arsenal deal with Burnley in the next game. Football is a strange one because it's you just presume that Arsenal having a home game against Burnley would be the easiest game in the world, and obviously by rights they should literally put them to the sword. But football just has that kind of way of just doing something crazy. So Arsenal, Burnley, you just presume that they have to get the job done. They must get the job done. But is that going to be the fly in the ointment? Is that going to be the sticky fixture that somehow trips them up? As the nerves set in, I guess it all depends on what kind of setup Burnley go with. They've got nothing to play for. They're already relegated. Do Burnley want to be party poopers and try their best? I mean, we saw what we saw what Crystal Palace have done here today. Crystal Palace have come here with a complete rearguard action, literally like as in playing FIFA, all out defence settings, and they held out for 25 minutes. And I'm talking about that, and they did look solid, but all it takes is that one brilliant breakthrough pass. But do Arsenal have that kind of inventiveness from midfield to break down a solid defence? To break down a Palace defence is obviously more difficult breaking down a Palace defence than a Burnley defence. But maybe the equation is the same because City have a better midfield in terms of breaking the lines than Arsenal do. But obviously breaking down Burnley is a lot easier than breaking down Palace. So it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, that back heel from Foden in the first half, that was brilliant. Yeah, we'll be getting underway shortly. Just waiting for the team to come back out and get the second half started. Players are all getting ready to get the game back underway. Man City players are coming back out for the second half. Now, people are thinking that I might have been glazing this back kill. Jamie Redknapp in the studio says it might be the assist of the season. It was really good. I thought it was special. Gary, your comment, easy for City, too easy. Yeah, it is now. I think, they tried to make it difficult. But, yeah, Palace tried to make it difficult, but, right, we're back underway. Right, so City in possession, Bernardo Silva centre circle. It is now. Right, City have the ball now. Centre circle, Bernardo Silva. Aït-Nouri fouled left wing position by Dean Richards. City just moving it around. And the game has already settled back into the same familiar pattern that we saw in the first half. City possession, doing all the running. Good movement. Matheus Nunes, he's really settled into this team. Very impressive. After a shaky start a few seasons now. Just wins a corner off of Mitchell. Foden, corner from the right wing side. Put into the box. Will Hughes fouled. Mark Gahey runs off smiling, thinking, what was that all about, ref? Lost my feed here a minute. Yeah, my screen's frozen. I've lost a couple of minutes here. I have no idea what's going on, but I'll try and update you as soon as I can. Honestly, technology absolutely sucks. Right. Well, as far as I know, it's still 2-0, but... Yes. So bear with me. We've lost my feed here. So, Yeah, which I'll just have to quickly see if anything else is actually happening. Lost about 4 minutes here so far, frustratingly. So yeah, I'll leave that up on the screen for the moment until I can get the. I'm gonna restart my my system here. So as it stands, it's still 2-0. So the watch-along is the watch-along of the BBC website at the moment. So bear with me. And yeah, we'll get it back up, hopefully. Right, so I'm just going to restart my network and see if we can get the game back on. So apologies for that. I'll go into the live chat of the BBC website. But yeah, it is as I said already. Man City have just basically picked up where they left off, just complete control of the game. Obviously, this isn't the watch along you want, but hopefully we'll be back any moment now. So yeah, just keep the scores on the screen. So just see if anything changes. But at the moment, it is currently 2-0. And we can have a quick look at what's happening in Scotland. Celtic really need to get a winner here, because they're going to need to go into the last game of the season. They're 6 minutes behind the Hearts game. So yeah, Hearts well on their way for their first title in about 60-something years, I think it is. Right, we're on the 54th minute of the Man City game, which I'm now going to try and get back up on my system now that I've restarted my television network. Hopefully you can get that back up and running. Tyrick Mitchell has just got over a yellow card. Nope, still can't get still can't get the game back up, so please do bear with me. Apologies, really poor. Nope, trying a different feed. Nope, cannot get anything to work. Disastrous. I've got quite a few feeds for the game, but nothing is working. Alright, 55th minute and still nothing is happening. I'm going to try one of the Irish channels. Some of the Irish channels cover the Premier League. Nope. I'll try Premier Sports. Right, perfect. Right. Drop Sky Sports. Right, so we've got the game back up and running. Brilliant. Apologies that. I'm about a minute behind, so I'm just going to quickly change the clock and then I'll get back into the action. So apologies once again. So, Palace with Richards advancing. Right, City with the ball now. So apology, I've literally lost about 7 minutes there. So pretty crap stream in that respect. But we're back now. Right, Bernardo Silva recycles it over to Ait Nouri, left wing. Right, edge of the box, City. Ait Nouri. Over to Bernardo, to Guehi. Over to Bernardo, left wing. Comes inside though. Harassed by Mateta. Ait Nouri left, chalk on his boots. Through his legs. Bit of a juggle. Guehi lost one wide to Savinho. By the byline. Stood up. Looks. Ball drops to Ait Nouri, edge of the box, drives, byline, tries to dink one over Munoz, stops across and loses it for a corner. City bringing on Doku and Ake. Maybe they're going to be resting Kusanov maybe. And Doku probably coming on for... Who's Doku coming on for? Mateus Nunes coming off. Good game for Mateus Nunes. Lots of good energy, good crosses. Solid game. So Nunes for Vardio. Ake for Doku. So Ake for Mateus Nunes. And Doku for Vardio. So yeah, Doku will obviously go left wing. Ait Nouri will drop back into the left back spot. Foden fires one into the box. Semenyo charges it down. Doku not into the game, nearly loses it. In a chase with Lerma, way too fast for him. Palace about to make some changes now in response. A triple substitution coming up. Kusanov, Phil Foden wraps one into the box. Foden turns, spins, too much. Doku in the box now. Jinx does his skanky leg move. Marmouche tries to go near post. Should have bent one top corner. Tried to anyway. See this penalty shout. Semenyo into the box. Back to... Oh, they were saying Marmouche handballed. Just flicked up and came up. Much of a muchness. Larson, Sarr and Wharton coming on. Always like watching Adam Wharton, one of my favourite players, non-Liverpool players. Hopefully Liverpool sign him this summer. Sarr coming on to eject some pace. Strand Larson on for Mateta. Pino off for Sarr. Will Hughes off for Wharton. So Larson, Sarr and Wharton on. Three big players for Palace. Three first teamers really. Right, Palace with the ball. Centre circle. Maxence Lacroix. Fizzes one to Sarr. Nice 1-2. Wharton puts in a brilliant through ball for Larson. Tries to cross it into the box. Tries to square it. But great already. The new players coming in. Sarr. Lovely ball to Wharton. First time. Bang. Drills it. Straight into the box. Larson does nothing with it. Is he offside though? But it's a great ball from Wharton. Slide rule pass. Larson couldn't do anything with it. Adam Wharton. That's the line breaking passer. They're probably the best in the Premier League, I'd say. Doku wide. Over to Ake. Gahey, who shifted over. Kusanov they've shifted over. Kusanov right back now. Gahey has taken the right side of the centre back spot. Ake left side of centre back, and then Aït-Nouri is the left back. So pretty fluid. The three Man City players have shifted across. Aït-Nouri drops down, and Doku takes the left wing. So very fluid from Pep. Very clever. Good management. Right, Sarr breaks into the box. Poor, weak shot. Ball was given away by Bernardo Silva there before that shot. So pretty poor. Please, everybody, don't forget to drop a like on the stream. And if you're new here and you're in the chat, please say hello. Introduce yourself. My name is Ade, the veteran arcade soldier. Right, ball breaks into the box. Doku, byline. Cross comes back. Oh, no. Check back inside. Doku once again. Foden. Sorry. Aït-Nouri. Ake. Back to Doku, left wing. Doku doing a skanky leg on the side to Ake. Gahey fizzes one into Foden. Looked like a strong challenge on Foden. Foden challenges back on Lerma and gives away a foul. Right, Palace have it. Munoz, right back slot. Richards, Lacroix. Brennan Johnson just gives the ball away ridiculously. Now the ball is going to start coming back into the Palace half with Man City pressure. 65th minute, 25 minutes to play. Gahey fouls Larson. Wharton lining up this free kick. Just in the City half. About 5-10 yards into the City half. Camera shows a glum-looking John Stones on the bench. Will John Stones even get another game for City? At this rate, I would doubt it. Right, City have the ball back now. Goal kick for Donnarumma. Right, Donnarumma plays it out to Gahey. Semenyo. Gahey. Wharton's going to win back now. Chest it down. Nice take. Oh, poor pass by Wharton. Tries to loft one for the left wing, but gets it all wrong. And it goes through to Henderson. Not what you'd expect from Wharton. Bernardo Silva fizzes one into midfield. Nice strong turn by Semenyo. Savinho. Foden now. Centre circle. Back to Kusanov. Gahey. Across to Ake. All across the pitch. Left back position. But the left back position is on the halfway line. That's how far Man City are advanced. Kusanov. Plays it off Brennan Johnson. Good pressure from Johnson. City win a throw-in. Pretty slow half. Doesn't help that I lost the feed halfway through for 10 minutes, but slow half. Right, ball is back with Donnarumma. Both teams seem like they're quite resigned to the result as it was. Gahey launches a long one up. Semenyo, nice takedown. Wharton tracks him, but can't get near the big man. Doku off the wing. Bernardo Silva central. Aït-Nouri. Ake. We're about 40 yard line in the Palace half. Ake moving it around. Back to Doku. Turns. Tries to slip in Semenyo. Poor pass. Wharton. Reverse pass. No look. Over to Lerma. Dean Richards runs. Chased down by Gahey. One back by Bernardo Silva. Header. One by Foden. Marmoush advancing on the goal. Slips in. Tried to slip in Savinho. Ball breaks back to Palace. Wharton has it now. Advancing into the centre circle. Outside of the boot pass. Beautiful pass by Wharton, honestly. Like a golf shot. Just with his left foot as well. Outside of the boot. Flicks it 45 yards. Right to Brennan Johnson with a great run down the left. Amazing pass. Wharton's range of passing, absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, I love that player. Absolutely brilliant. Anyone that sees Wharton play and line break passing, he's one of the best passers I've seen in absolute eons of time. He is a brilliant passer. I think he's the closest thing that England have to a Spanish midfield maestro. He's an absolutely phenomenal player, Adam Wharton. So good. I mean, he lacks a bit of physicality. You need to pair someone with him. You know, you paired him with a Rodri or something like that, you'd have an all-conquering midfield, seriously. Gahey bursts into the Palace half. So Palace not really creating anything. They get up to the halfway line and they kind of lose the ball. They're struggling to create anything. Okay. it's as I said a few minutes ago, it seems like both sides have kind of resigned just to see the game out. Palace don't seem like they want to concede anymore and look like they'll be happy to go back to London with a 2-0 defeat. Right, Bernardo look to make things happen, wants to kill the game. The ever consummate professional. Gay over to Kusanov, right hand side, whips one into the box, drops down. Doku, edge of the box. What's he going to do? Jinks inside, tries to engineer an outside of the boot right foot pass for Savinho and Semenyo, but no takers. Munoz, quiet game for Munoz. Wharton left-footed outside to Mitchell, halfway line, advancing. Tries to play a pass in, but he was in an offside position, Brennan Johnson, so didn't make the run. Ball rolls through to the keeper, but Mitchell should really kind of just see the game state in front of him and just give Brennan Johnson an option. Go a bit earlier or just hold his run or get back on side quicker. Pet going crazy on the sidelines. Celtic have gone 2-1 up. So there's only 1 point in it at the top of the table in Scotland. It's going to be so harsh on Hearts if they don't win that league. All right, Brennan Johnson's won a corner. All right, about to wait for this corner to come in. Brennan Johnson. From the left wing side, getting booed by the City fans. It's their first corner of the second half. Stabs the ball in, but Donnarumma easily clutches. Pretty poor corner. Laid out. Foden. Doku advancing halfway line. Left wing, crosses the line. Aït-Nouri, overlap. Looks knackered, Aït-Nouri, to be honest. Lung busting run. All that run, he ran about 60 yards to be ignored and he looked knackered as anything. Foden. Savinho, chalk on his boots, cuts inside, loses it to Mitchell, but wins a throw-in anyway. Man City comfortable, 74 minutes. 16 minutes left of regulation time. Palace, Daichi Kamada coming in for Brennan Johnson. Anyone in the chat that hasn't said hello, please do say hello. Introduce yourself. Drop a like on the video. Mateo Kovacic coming on. Who's the other player there getting ready? Two players getting ready. Kovacic, and I couldn't see who the other one was. Ryan Shirky it was getting ready. All right. Palace try to clear. Strand Larson gives it back. The ball is played back to Donnarumma in his own half by Ake. Back to Gahey, who's in the right back spot. Back to Donnarumma. Big clearance out by Donnarumma. Wharton misses the ball. Back from Sarr, back to Wharton. Lost by Wharton. Foden fighting with his England teammate. who is harried and harassed by Sarah Morton, but plays back smoothly to Donnarumma. Semenyo, big, goes up in the air. Wharton, is that a foul? Nope. Strand Larsen making himself busy. Can't get into the game, Strand Larsen. Henderson comes and sweeps and clears. Boots it back into the City half. Ref just wants the game to play on. Foden recycles. Kusanov bursting forward. Great pace, but loses the ball. Savinho picks it up. Back to Kusanov, who flicks it back to Savinho, who tries to burst past Cambo. Youngster does well. Stands up, controls, and clears it for Palace. Ball. Donnarumma just outside the centre circle. That's how deep Palace are. Most of the game has been played in Palace's half. It's just the way it is. Hey, Sir Pats, how you doing, my man? We've got a lad in our place, Arsenal fan. He keeps thinking they're going to slip up. Doesn't believe Arsenal were in the 22-year wait. I know, mate. It's painful because they've been waiting so long. All right, what have we got here? Semenyo comes through. All right, lays an awful pass to Wharton, does nothing. I know, Sir Pats. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of the online rhetoric is that Arsenal fans are ignorant and, think like, this overrated this and not overrated or whatever, or Arteta this, Arteta that. But at the end of the day, they're just football fans, and a lot of them are going to be just nail biting. And obviously, the closer they get, the more nervous it's going to be. But you just can't see them blowing it now. I mean, I'd be nervous if I was an Arsenal fan. But home game to Burnley, I guess it's the Palace away last game of the season. That's the one. That's the one they're going to be bricking it on, mate. So, yeah. But I think they'll get it done. They're too close now not to, I think. That West Ham game was the one where I think they would have, if they were going to mess up, it would have been there. What do you think anyway? Do you think they'll get it over the line? Right, Shirky and Bernardo Silva coming off. Sorry, Shirky coming on for Marmoush. Bernardo Silva coming off. Great game from Bernardo Silva. So Bernardo Silva and Marmoush off. Mateo Kovacic and Ryan Shirky coming on. Exactly, mate. I can't. You're right, Sir Pat. So I can't see there. Oh, breaking. Savinho, left wing, stands up. Tyrick Mitchell. He's tried to do his best to contain him, but just done a lot of jockeying without putting a foot in. Kovacic, who's cycling. I can't see them losing at St. Pat's either, to be honest. I think, yeah, I mean, that West Ham game got it over the line for me. Obviously, we'll see what the last two games hold. I mean, going into the last game of the season, anything could happen, obviously. They play this same Palace side. And who knows, an early red card or something like that. They go a goal behind, the nerves kick in. They could fumble it. But City, they drew it against the Toffees, didn't they? The Toffees took that point off them. I mean, City did quite well to come from 3-1 down with 10 minutes to go to rescue a point. That truly would have been it. But I guess stranger things have happened in football. Someone's bursting into the box here. Kamada. That's going to be a penalty, surely. Oh. So it must have been a poor dive from Kamada, because I was a bit distracted by the chat, and Kamada's burst through. The way he's got a smile on his face, I think he must have dived. Let's have a look here on the replay. He sold it to me. I bought it. I thought it was a penalty. So, keeper passed it out straight to Kamada. Awful. Foden challenge. No. Kovacic says no. Do you know what? That could be given. There's a little bit of contact, but it's on the thigh region. He goes down easy, but why not just stay on your feet and just try and score? I can't see them losing it, said Pats. We'll see though. Whatever happens with the Burnley game, you just never know in football, do you? But Burnley and Palace. If somebody said to you at the beginning of the season, your team, you had to win home to Burnley and away at Palace to win the league, you're going to take it all day long, aren't you? Nathaniel Klein, former Liverpool player, comes on. John Stones comes on for a rare appearance. City fans singing Johnny Stones, Johnny Stones. Strand Larsen with a chance there as I looked away. Couldn't keep it down. Saw cheeky pass by Wharton. Down by Strand Larsen, but harassed by Gaye. I mean, be a little bit of a worldy, controlled volley to score from there. Great pass by Wharton though. Brilliant vision. Let me see if St. Pat's is in there and ask him about Wharton. If you're there, St. Pat's, what do you think of Wharton for Liverpool? You happy with that signing? What do you think of the player? Really like him as a player. I think he needs someone who's got a bit of muscle next to him, so I'm not sure about Gravenberch next to him, but as a player, I'd love Liverpool. I'd love us to get him. Oh, Savinho, great goal. Great break. Brilliant play. Shirky, a little bit of interplay between Shirky and Savinho. Slips in Savinho. 3-0. Job done. I was busy chatting away, asking my question to the chat, but where's the 3-0? There it is. Savinho's second Premier League goal. Only second Premier League goal. Yeah, good assist by Shirky. Shirky bursting, driving forward, slips in Savinho between two players. Lovely, weighted pass, easy finish from Savinho. Good goal. Dominant display. Pep going nuts on the sidelines, loving it. And funny enough, my prediction at the start of the game was 3-0. So Ade, the veteran arcade soldier, knows his football. 3-0 I said at the start. 3-0 it is. Anyone in the chat that hasn't said hello, you definitely need to like and subscribe on it. This man knows his football. Said 3-0, 3-0, boom. Right, Kovacic, centre circle. Kusanov, very impressive centre back. That's the thing, Man City are eating up the goal difference. So Arsenal really need to put in a performance against Burnley. Oh, Savio, confident. Edge of the box. 8 Nori, lets it slide. Doku. Kovacic. Doku, 25 yards out. Shirky, what's he going to do? Chips one over, brilliant. Ooh. So Pat says, Addy, I'm unsure about any signings anymore. I think we went backwards after spending all that cash in the summer. And I thought, like everybody else, we're guaranteed to retain the league. How wrong am I? Oh, mate, I know. It's painful because that's the crazy thing. It's like the way us Liverpool fans were carrying on in the summer, everyone looks back and think we're idiots now because we were thinking we're going to walk the league. It was kind of arrogance in a way, but kind of confidence, but misplaced confidence, as it were, which kind of was deemed as arrogance because a lot of people said that the window wasn't as good as we thought it was. But saying that all the pundits thought we were going to walk the league, steamroller the league, it just goes to show how much of a carry job it was off Mo Salah. Imagine if Mo Salah had 75% of the season. If Mo Salah had 75% of last season's output as he did this season, with, because that's what we thought, he's going to drop off. Maybe not to the extent he had. And then all of a sudden, instead of 48 goals and assists, he chips in 38 goals and assists. And then you got Isak, Ekatike, Wirtz and all that. No wonder we got carried away. But like you said, how wrong were we? Mate, not just you being how wrong was I? Because I thought I was looking more at a Premier League, retaining the Premier League, and what else are we going to win with the Premier League? Do you know what I mean? Are we going to get... I thought we'd have a Premier League and an FA Cup double, minimum. Maybe even a cheeky European Cup. But how wrong were we? So I kind of see where you are. It's not even about the player Wharton. You're kind of just a bit disillusioned with any signings that we might make, because it's like, how far away are we going to be, right? Do you know what I mean? And that's the scary part. But yeah, scary times. On that note, have you heard about the petition going around? Have you seen it? They've got a petition going around on one of the social media apps, and there's obviously it's available on any website. I signed a petition myself today. It's up to about 2 million Reds have signed it to get rid of Slot. I'm going to make a video on it tomorrow, so if anything, maybe you'll see it. It might get recommended to you on my channel. But if you haven't seen the link, I'll put it in the description. You can have a look and you can vote Slot out. Give him the Isak. Oh, you've seen it, yeah? 2 million. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you have seen it, but yeah. Or you just heard what I said. Yeah, 2 million Reds have voted. Now, obviously, it's one of these things where people can kind of cast your vote again, but you'd have to open it on another app or another web page, but not a fresh web page. You couldn't just refresh it. It retained your vote. So unless you're going to go around and do it on multiple platforms or computers, I've did it on one computer, but I'm going to make a video tomorrow talking about it, and I'm actually going to put it out there to kind of spread the word, because I think anything we can do with Liverpool fans to spread the word. It's a bit harsh on Slot, but I just want him gone so badly, mate. Just get him out. Whatever it takes at this point, just get him out. But yeah, it's been voted 2 million times. Crazy. Right, I've lost focus of the game here, but this game is done and dusted, so we'll be wrapping this game up soon. Yeah, I'm actually going to have a look now and see what the count is on this. I'll put it into the chat, not the actual link, but right. Saar breaks into the box, goes wide. So yeah, so Pat, if you're still there, it says, here's the latest standing. Reds, make your voice heard. If you believe change is needed, sign this petition. 2.82 million Reds have signed. Absolutely incredible. So I'm going to make a video on this tomorrow, and I'll be interested to see what it's at tomorrow. When I signed it at 7:00 p.m. today, it was at 2.1 million when I signed. So just a few hours ago, There's been 700 signings. Crazy. But it just goes to show how powerful, you know, the internet is, platforms, and how powerful our voices can be. So this game is petering out. Shirky in midfield. Clips one out to Savinho. He pulls up. He's done his hamstring, it looks like. He's done his... Was that cramp or a hamstring? Yeah, I think he's got cramp. What did you retract? Say something dodgy in the chat. Mate, so far he can't find 2.9 million friends, mate. Honestly, he is up the proverbial creek without a paddle. So yeah, I know. Obviously, when you commented on my video a few weeks back, and you said that no one up in L4 supports him and whatnot, but I can't remember when was you slot out yourself. Nagelsmann, Natasha Olive, nice to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining. You think Nagelsmann, not Alonso? And are you a Liverpool fan, Natasha? Nice to have you on board. Please drop a like on the stream. And if you like the content, please subscribe as well. I'd really appreciate it. Maybe you could even be my 50th subscriber. How about that? And Natasha, lovely name, my sister's name. But Nagelsmann, to be honest with you, I'd be happy with Nagelsmann. He plays a good brand of football. He's a young manager, inventive, you know. He's got a good tactical approach, very flexible, very adaptable. Plays a great brand of football. And more importantly for me, he's managed Germany, which is obviously one of the biggest international teams you can get. And he's managed Bayern Munich, the biggest German club side. So that's a man who can coach at the highest level, basically. So I'd be more than happy with Nagelsmann. But we shall see. Right, City playing around here. Savinho is limping around, jogging around. Just a minute to go. There's 5 minutes additional time. So just a minute and a half left now. Shirky tries to slip in Semenyo for the fourth. Chops back inside. Plays it. Or Savinho tries to... Does he go down? No. Doku, Jinx, tries to get a shot off. Shirky. Messing around on the edge of the box. Shirky, great feet. Back heel. He's a brilliant player, Shirky. So talented. Doku. Oh, lovely play from City. Messing around here. Edge of the box. Kovacic might as well go for one. Puts out wide for Semenyo. Palace clear the ball. Phil Foden, man of the match. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that, Natasha. Right, so our Palace going to end the game with a corner. VAR's looking at this. Maybe Stones has given it. Natasha Olive says, my dad was born in Liverpool and his family's from there, and my dad is 79 this year. He was born in 1947. He remembered Liverpool teams of old. Oh, bless him. It's funny, Natasha. It's a nice story. My mum's departed the earth now, but my mum was born in 1937. But she was from Brighton, but she was a big Liverpool fan. She brought me up in the ways of Liverpool. And I was really happy because a few years before she passed away, I took her to Anfield for her first visit, which was a lovely time. It was a horrific game, though. I took her to Anfield in 2004, the year the start of the season when we won the Champions League. So, yeah, so it's lovely to hear these stories. Now, family and how football stays in the family and whatnot. And, yeah, really nice to hear. Yeah, so good stuff. Hopefully, hopefully your dad is still with us, and please let me know, and hopefully wish him well. And yeah, hopefully Liverpool can make him proud next season, because they've definitely let him and the rest of us down this season, I'll tell you that. But yeah, this game is done. Man City have secured the points. Just going to stop the clock. My dad said Oliver Glasner would make a good Liverpool manager. The thing what I'd say with Glasner is, I mean, it's possible. The problem is it's the snobbery of football, Natasha. It's Oliver Glasner is he's definitely a good manager. I mean, obviously his boys have got smashed here tonight, but Crystal Palace, they've beaten Liverpool 4 times this season overall, including the Community Shield. And we managed to get 1 victory over him. The only problem with Glasner is he hasn't managed a team at the very highest level yet. But I think he'll do a good job. He wouldn't be my first choice. It'd be interesting to know if he could play a more attractive brand of football. Because at Palace, they don't play the most attractive football. But then again, it's what tools you have at your disposal. Like Palace have limited players in comparison to Liverpool. So if Glasner got his hands on the Liverpool squad, he might be able to do bigger and better, brighter things in an attacking sense. I'm not sure they give it to him, but he's definitely going to be on the contenders list. So would I be happy with him being the Liverpool manager? Possibly. There are others I'd rather in front of him. I'd rather have the Bournemouth manager, Andoni Iraola. I don't know what you think of him or what your dad thinks of him. But I'd go for Alonso first. Alonso, Nagelsmann, Iraola, then Glasner. That would be my 4 in order. And I think a lot of it with Xabi Alonso because he used to play for us as well as he's seen as a bright young super coach. So, yeah. Natasha Olive says, do you think we will have a last day drama in the title race, another Aguero moment? I don't think it will go down. I don't think it will go down to the wire like that. We're obviously going to have to wait and see. I mean, nearer the time, you're going to have Arsenal playing Burnley next. I think they're going to, take them off the park, and then it's how they obviously handle the last day nerves against Glasner's Palace. It could happen. It could happen. I don't know if the Arsenal fans' hearts will be able to take it. It's a bit of a weird one for me because I've kind of grown up with a bit of a... Well, I was about to say a love-hate relationship with Arsenal. I've never liked Arsenal, but I remember being a little kid and watching the Michael Thomas situation. I don't know if you ever remember this, but Pats will definitely remember Michael Thomas bursting through at Anfield, stealing literally the original Aguero moment. Like, he came back and Arsenal won 2-0 at Anfield in a game that never should have got rescheduled to be last game of the season. Arsenal famously won 2-0 at Anfield, won the league in the last seconds, dying kick of the game, literally the first Aguero moment. But yeah, so I've never really liked Arsenal after that, to be honest. They've always been on my hit list. Man United number 1 on the hit list, and for me it's always been Arsenal second, then Everton third. They're like little bro, they're like the little brother team. They're not really, I don't like Everton, but they're so what's it called? They're so ineffective. They're a kind of a nothing team in a way, like especially compared to Liverpool. They're just a little brother, that little annoying brother. So, but yeah, Arsenal. Yeah, I don't know if their fans are going to be able to take it, but you never know. We could get that Aguero moment, and if it goes in their favour, it's a weird one. I don't want Man City or Arsenal to win the league, but someone's got to win it, right? And it's not going to be Liverpool, so. Yes, I remember the Michael Thomas moment. I was only young. It would be great to have that. It would be good to have that last day drama. I know what you mean. So obviously you remember it as well. I mean, I was a little kid. I remember sitting at my friend's house. He was an Arsenal fan, and I was crying in a corner, crying into my Big Mac. I had a Big Mac Whopper. I remember crying into my burger when Michael Thomas put that one away. I love the fact that there's LFC supporters everywhere. That rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone Australia just floors me every time I watch and hear it. Welcome, Natasha. You Never Walk Alone. Yeah, lovely to have you on board, Natasha. Myself, I'm a very passionate Liverpool fan. Even on this this watch along, I'll always show it there. I've got the cop in the background. You know what I mean? So yeah, but ultimately I'll always be any live matches on. I'll always be covering a Liverpool game, and obviously most of the other big games. But obviously Liverpool #1. It's like next week I want to cover. It's a weird one because I want to cover all of the games, really, you know, the last game of the season, but I'll be covering our game, even if we've secured Champions League, because I want to see, obviously, the send-off that we give to Mo Salah and Robertson, etc., and maybe Alisson as well. I can't believe they might be letting Alisson go as well. This club is on the brink of making some absolutely disastrous mistakes. I remember that as well. Yeah, I remember watching that and watching. It was Keith Houchin scored 3-2, making it 3-2 to Coventry in that final, and obviously beating Spurs, wasn't it? Coventry beating the FA Cup, and a little bit of not symmetry, but nearly 40 years on, Coventry are going to be back in the Prem, or the top division. And I think Coventry dropped out of the, as it were, the first division, or Premier League in '92, I think, or '91, in and around that time. Yes, but with a team we built, Liverpool could be a great team. Oh yeah, it wouldn't take much. I mean, the squad we have, Natasha, it won't take a lot for us to get back up there. But I was going to say, obviously you're new to the chat and lovely to have you here. Where are you with the manager? Where are you with Slot? Not yet. What do you make of United giving the job to Carrick? Do you know something? I'm hoping it goes pear-shaped. Now, obviously, it's when it comes to Carrick, it's not being confirmed yet, obviously. But I read it, obviously, one of the earlier reports today that the hierarchy, and it's probably a bit driven by Alex Ferguson and obviously the higher-ups, that they're leaning towards giving it to Carrick, as you say. Now, me personally, I think it's one of those things where it's not going to be a disaster because of Carrick. I don't think it's the right thing they should do. I think they should look to get a Nagelsmann or somebody that is big enough to handle, because whether we like Man United or not, Liverpool, Man United, these are the two biggest clubs in England. You need to be a certain type of manager to carry it off. But instead of waffling, I'll answer the question. The reason why I think it's going to go wrong for Carrick next year is because, unlike this season, they've only had the Premier League to contend with. They got knocked out of both cups. Carabao Cup early on, Grimsby. FA Cup, they got knocked out third round. I can't remember by who, but they got knocked out straight away. So they've literally had just Premier League games. Now, next season, they're going to be involved in all the cups. They're going to have a bigger squad. They're going to have Champions League games. They're going to have 8 Champions League games. Maybe they get through to the qualifiers from there. So you're talking about, with a decent cup run in both and the Champions League, they're going to have an extra 15, 16 games minimum. So when you add that onto their legs and the tiredness and all of the things that go with it, injuries, suspensions, fatigue, there's no way Man United are going to be in the third spot. They're gonna definitely drop down a bit. So I'm not sure how much it will go into. I hope it goes pear-shaped for them, but I think they'll struggle to make top 5 or top 4 or top 5 next season. I think you're looking at Man United finishing about 6th or 7th next year. So, but I'd be happy with that because I don't want them anywhere near the top. It's annoying that they beat us twice this season and finished above us, which is a joke comparing the squads, but it is what it is. But yeah, I think no matter which manager they put in charge, they won't have a good season next season. Obviously, if they get their recruitment right, they're going to have to bring in 4 or 5 players and they're all going to have to hit the ground running and all be bang on. But they're losing Casemiro, who's been fantastic this year. Luke Shaw's been fit for the first time in 10 years. You know, he's played every game. That's unlikely to happen again next season. So, you know, they're obviously on the up. You got to give them that. They're on the up, but I don't think they'll be up to much next season, in my opinion. Let's bring that full screen. Right, in a minute, I'll be beginning the end of the stream. So if anyone wants to chip in a few more comments before I go, I'll be happy to talk for a little while longer. Or otherwise, if that is your lot, then I'll be bringing the stream to an end. And I'll put the word around to get you more subscribers. Keep up the good work. See you Friday. Cheers, my man. I really appreciate it. And I'd love any help that you could offer. And yeah, really appreciate it, mate. I'll look out for the video tomorrow. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you have seen the vote yet, but I'll drop a video and you know, you can either go through the video and see the link and you can, you can vote slot out and yeah, see how it goes. But no, I really appreciate it and I look forward to see you on Friday as well. Natasha, lovely having a chat with you as well. Natasha, I mean, obviously everyone's different and I don't want to be that whole beggar fun, but if you don't mind dropping a like on the video and maybe consider subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it as well. And lovely to hear that story about your dad, and may you keep flying the flag for the Reds for many a season yet. So on that note, I'm going to be bringing the stream to an end. This stream had ended with Man City pummeling Crystal Palace 3-0. A well-deserved victory. And they kind of ran out of 3-0 winners at a canter to keep the pressure on Arsenal at the top of the league. So on that note, I'm going to sign off. My name is Ade. I'm the veteran arcade soldier. Thank you for joining me on this watch along. Had some lovely chats with some great supporters of the channel, some lovely people. Always a pleasure to chat. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching the video. Do remember to like and subscribe on the stream. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you and take care.